The sex ratio, or gender ratio, is a demographic term referring to the ratio of males to females in a population. It is an expression of the number of males for every 100 females. The ideal ratio is somewhere from 105 to 107 to 100, which means 105 to 107 men for every 100 women. This ideal ratio was first documented in 1710 and several other studies have confirmed those figures. Where men are more than females, problems such as homicide and violence may arise. Where women are more than men, a disparity in income earned between the two sexes is likely to affect the economy of a nation. A large number of unmarried women worsen the gender imbalance due to decreased births. The number of men is slightly more than the number of women in the world. However, they are countries where women outnumber men. 10 countries where women far outnumber men. Latvia. Latvia is a former Soviet Union country and experienced a great decline in male population during World War II. By 2015, there were 84.8 males for every 100 females. The proportion of the female was 54.10% of the total population. Men in Latvia have a high mortality rate due to issues such as alcoholism, smoking, and careless car driving. Around 80% of suicides in Latvia are committed by men, often because of unemployment and unrealized financial goals. Women enjoy a longer life expectancy, living 11 years more than men. Lithuania. The gender gap in Lithuania can be attributed to several factors that increase the mortality rate of men. The number of men who smoke is greater than that of women, and that expose them to many health risks. Mental illnesses, depression, suicide, and a high risk-taking culture further reduce the life expectancy of the male population. Women are estimated to live to 79.3 whereas men live to 68.1. The gender gap is more pronounced between the ages of 30–40. The female population in 2015 was 54.00% of the total population. Curaçao. The female population in Curaçao in 2015 was 53.90%. There is a gender difference of 92 men for every 100 women. The life expectancy is 80.2 years for females and 72.4 years for men. The majority women are in the age bracket of 15–64 years and experience a higher life expectancy than men. Ukraine. Women in Ukraine take up 53.70% of the population. Since it was a Soviet Union nation, Ukraine's gender disparity is traced back to World War II. Life expectancy for either gender is 64 years. However, men live to an average of 62 years while the female are 74 years. Many men in Ukraine are affected by mental and health problems, and this, coupled with high levels of immigration, reduce the country's male population. Far-reaching implications of gender gaps. In most countries across the world, the population is made up of more men than women. Some nations, however, have a population made up of more women. The gender imbalance in these countries can be traced back to war and conflicts. Studies show that this disparity is not desirable. These countries have a high number of well-educated women who earn a high level of income but cannot find partners. Gender disparities in wages also put an economic strain on these countries. Men are more likely to suffer from mental health problems since more pressure is put on them to provide for the family.